Still working the kinks.
Fuck them. All right.
We don't kink shame.
Go away.
We had to get into that one time.
What's that? Kinks?
Yeah.
Oh Lord. Oh. That's your bag, bros?
Nah, because I don't think I'm too kinky.
Kinky ass nigga.
Oh
I don't
shit.
think I'm kinky.
69
Kinky
nigga.
ass nigga here. Kinky ass.
Run the kinky ass nigga. Uh-oh. Damn, that can't even be a title, goddamn. Shit.
Kinky
That can't
ass
even be a title.
Nigga.
Hey, what I want to say though, shout out to the sixes that move like tens.
Okay.
Shout out to the sixes that move like tens.
Okay.
Why are we shouting out sixes that move like tens?
Yeah, give me more.
I feel like,
Well,
man. What?
nah.
Hold on.
What?
Give me more. It's crazy.
We're supposed to just keep going.
Okay.
Sixes, tens.
Almost choked on the coffee pause.
But man, no.
That was funny.
Shout out to the sixes that move like tens. They be in the spot. They be commanding their space.
Okay.
And really, we be hating from a distance.
Oh, now
Hating.
Talking shit, but like,
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm gonna talk.
it really be hate for real if we keep it in the stack.
on, like, give me an example.
You had a spot. You had a spot. You surveying the room. Obviously, you identify the tens, the nines, the tier ones,
Yeah.
and then you identify the tier threes and the fours.
Yeah.
And you just like, damn. But the tier threes and fours are having a good time,
Yeah.
dancing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
shucking, jiving.
Yeah.
And while we talking shit, I think it's really hate.
Cause they having fun and we not.
They just ugly.
Damn.
But
Yo,
that's why I say salute.
a six is ugly.
I was gonna say sixes. That's
Let's talk about it. Oh, is a
think
six
six-
ugly?
I wouldn't
is
say a
average.
six is ugly.
six and
Now, if you
What's the
if you
what's the
four or
boundary
below,
line? What's the boundary line?
of like
Of
Ugly.
3 and down is definitely ugly.
I think four.
I was gonna say four
and
for
below
sure.
is ugly.
4 you might be, and your body could just be
Hey,
Now to be fair, I
cause
mean,
I'm looking because he look like he want to say something, but he like,
hey,
yeah, I
if
don't.
it's, if it's 5
You know what I
or
mean?
6, I'm not really paying attention lower than that.
Yeah.
It's just ugly as ugly. After
So what's the factors? Is it weight? Is it just strictly face
'Cause
card?
that's what I was about
All
to
of
say.
the above.
What do you? So you package the number all together
yeah,
because I think you can look.
your
Like a
face
certain
card
number.
can bring you up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's saved a lot. Yeah,
I
it
think
saved a lot of people
Your
for
face
sure.
card is where you get your first number, like all right, this is what you are, and then like your accessories, the way you personality, all of that stuff give you more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then you get that final number or whatever it is. So
I think if you're
You skipped
bad
body.
built,
Yeah, I was gonna say you skipped body.
if you're bad built,
Yeah.
you can't be nothing higher than a 5.
okay,
Even with a great
damn,
personality,
I was about to say.
you could dress.
6 is the highest.
And then
But
now you back
but
in there. back in
you
there?
said a 3 is ass. Like that's ugly.
Yeah,
Did you say a number? I don't know if maybe I missed
I
it.
think I said 4 and
said
below.
4.
Yeah, 4 and below is
That's tough. I'm somewhere between 4 and 5. I guess it depends on what day of the week it is. I don't know.
5 you could probably dress up. You know what I'm saying? Like if you starting basic, like if you just
5 is like
going off face
average
card.
face.
Yeah,
Body, all right. You could dress. You might need a little bit more tips on dressing. But
yeah. And you gotta.
How many drinks before the 5 become a 7?
Depends on if you taking shots.
I was about to say
You know what I'm saying?
shots.
We drinking beers.
beer,
You know what I'm
liquor,
saying?
whatever
What it
going
is. 3 shots,
Yeah.
everybody point scale start to shift. You know what I'm saying?
What's your curve once the drinks, once you start getting drinks in you, what's the scale? What's the point curve?
It depends. That's what I'm saying. It depends on the amount of drinks.
Yeah.
If it's faded,
And we talking like hard lick, not bruise.
Yeah,
bruise,
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
you
yeah.
could still
you have to have a lot of brews though.
Shots. We talking
Maker's
shots.
Mark,
1942.
1940 Hennessy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
1942 would take a 5 to an 8.
It will. I think it also depends on how you vibing that night too.
yeah, for sure.
Because you either when you go out, you got kind of like that mindset of like, man, I'm just playing it back, I'm just chilling, or you got that I'm out here to mingle, you know what I'm saying? So I need a couple in me to you know what I'm saying, get the party started. And realistically, I've been in the past, I've been in a spot where like, you get a couple drinks and you like, nigga, you giving the conversation to whoever. Really, you just filling out the crowd. Not saying that I'm going for it.
I was about to say,
but like
any conversation. Or
nah,
the
like I'm
conversation?
I've seen
circulating.
I've seen a 6 win the night though. And I'm talking about like at the spot.
That's what I'm saying.
I've seen and that's before and after the brews and the drinks. I've seen a 6 win the night, but
I said 6 that's average.
Dang.
Like I feel like a 6 is average. Like that's not because if 10 and realistically, I ain't 10 is like that. You gotta like, man, it ain't too many 10s out there that's just like
Yeah,
perfect. You get what I'm saying?
it's hard to
So
get a
now
10.
you kind of bring the ceiling back down to like 9.
Yeah.
So 6 ain't too far off from that. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
just it's really more so like you when you a 6, you probably like you probably got the face card like you cute just off deck.
yeah.
Something may be off, like, or you might not have, you might be a little too skinny or like, you know what I'm saying? Like you may be something like that. The average person might be like, if she had, or if he had whatever, it'd be, you know what I'm saying? So like, if you a 6, I feel like you got that, you got what you need. Now you need to like the other things come into play. Your dress, your
I'm so glad you said that because I was
personality.
just about to ask you what's out of pocket to wear to a bar or like a lounge. I seen yesterday. I seen it was a lady. She had a 2-piece, the 2-piece jogging suit,
oh yeah.
the Sheen joint.
You said Chimu.
Now I said Rue 21.
Yeah,
I said Rue
that's what it
21.
was.
Shout out to Route 21 back in
I don't even
day.
does Rue 21 even exist
I don't
still?
even-
It do.
It do?
I seen it.
I ain't seen one in a
I seen one in the
time.
mall one time. They was having that closing sale though.
Oh yeah, it's gone.
Bro, I know it was like, 80%, nigga. And if we feeling good, we might give you the other 20 and just
Right.
bag it and just take it because it got to go somewhere.
Yeah, yeah, just take it. I remember that. I think it depends. Like if you local, let's say if you local, and this is just your spot, like. You can get to this spot within 10 to 15 minutes, and you just like, I'm just about to pop out, get out the house.
Wasn't
real
on the
quick.
itinerary,
Yeah.
but like, all right, we was
What's
pre-gaming at the crib,
What's
and now
your
let's-
time limit for being there though? If you just popping out, like you can't be there all
with the,
night.
with the sweats.
But what I'm saying is like, if you're a
With the
local and
Rue
that's, and that's,
21
that's your local spot,
Chicago, fucking
default
you know what
Chicago.
I'm saying? The default shirt with the
Yeah,
graphic
Or
on it.
SpongeBob smoking the cigarette
yeah,
man,
right.
those
Exactly.
with the red bloodshot eyes.
Yeah. Them shits
How
are so
long can you
flagrant,
be
man.
at the bar with that?
It depends on how you acting though.
That's what I'm saying.
If
Like,
because like I get what you're saying, but like if you're just there, you're a regular.
Yeah,
you
that's
getting
what
the
I'm
you
saying.
getting the drinks, and you just kind of in your little square and you chilling.
yeah.
I mean, I guess I don't think there's a time limit. But if you in there with the with the velour Rue 21 2-piece and you work in the room, nah, that's a L for me. For me.
But then again, if you a local and that's your spot and that's your backyard, it might not be. Like you can go in there any type of way. Like people might know you. They might be like, yo, they always there. You know what I'm saying? So
I don't know if I want that cachet, bro.
But can you have that much fun in the Route
Oh, I
21?
think you.
I think
you have more fun
I
than
was
what
about
you
to
would
say.
have in the
Yeah.
in the Sheen
I think
motherfucking $10
if you
pumps.
chose to put that on, like you like, yo, I don't give a fuck what nobody talking about. I'm about to go out this bitch and have me a good time regardless. It speaks to what you were saying earlier, like when you was like the lower tier was out having fun. Like I feel like sometimes when you get so dressed up and so, you know what I'm saying, dolled up or whatever it is, like you go out there and you be too, now I'm just on display kind of, you know what I'm
Like
saying?
a mannequin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
You ain't really enjoying yourself. And even if you are, like you not opening the enjoyment up to like, you ain't freely enjoying yourself. You kind of almost putting on a show, you know what I'm saying, to see what you attract.
Right.
But then you got that crowd that's like, yo, we just going out. I
just
don't care
going
if
out,
who
we
else
having a
out.
good
I don't
time.
care if it's
Yeah.
50
And
people
those
on
are the
spot
people I
or
want to
10 people.
align with.
But
So
that
if
be
they
the lower tier
if they
people that you saying you
sixes,
joking on.
Yeah. How you going to
I guess it just comes down to what type of time you're on. You know what I mean?
That's what I was saying.
So
So like that's what I'm saying. Like when you was talking about like how many drinks do it take for the curve to happen? But it's just like, bro, if I'm going out and I'm like on some shit to like, and we going out and I'm like, yo, let's just go have a good time. Like obviously, if we go out today, right now, us three, we don't have a mission. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
We don't have that mission.
we're the
Like,
commentators.
you know what I'm saying? Exactly.
Yeah.
We're the TNT. Charles, Shaq,
we sitting
Ernie.
we calling the game.
Yeah.
You feel me? So like, and then I wouldn't even mind, even in that position, I would talk to the, like, if the lower tier, if we posted up, we chilling right now, we kicking it, we having drinks, whatever, and then the lower tier come over and they like, yo, take some shots. All right, fuck it, I'll take a shot with you. Like, because I'm not, like, I don't want nothing from y'all. Like,
Right.
I can recognize that y'all having a good time, and I ain't gonna be the nigga, you know, rain on y'all parade. Like, I'm like, all right, shit, you know, what y'all celebrating or whatever, cheers, whatever, and
You up
move,
outta there.
and move
Yeah,
off of
yeah.
it.
Okay, my last question, and I promise you we're gonna start the pod. When is it time to hang it up? Age, put a number on it. Of just being in the nightlife. And I'm not talking about because we already debunked that for the last 10 minutes of just, you just out, you ain't really put a lot of thought into the fit.
Right.
Like you just out really to get a couple drinks, say what's up to the owner, your favorite barista or whatever the fuck, and get up out of there. But I'm talking about the unks that be putting on the starch button up with the starch, heavy cologne,
gold accessories.
Right.
yep, pinky ring,
Yeah.
cowboy boots,
Yeah.
In the club.
with the part,
Yeah.
with the side part on the cut.
cowboy boots.
And a key ring full of motherfucking keys.
When is it time to retire, bro?
I feel like I don't think you necessarily have to retire, but you do have to change venues. Go somewhere where that is happening. You feel me? Like,
He said go to 35 and up.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't even. They
go-
got those.
Nigga, go to a
Yeah.
cigar lounge,
Okay.
or you know what I'm saying. Go to the grown up spots. You know what I'm saying. Like, don't go to the 18. You could get in with 18 with an ID, or like 21 to early
Yeah,
30
gonna be
club,
real,
bro.
because
real
my-
out of place.
Yeah, because my thing is, man, those type of dudes or people, we ain't gonna genderize and just
Yeah,
say it's
yeah,
males,
it's-
but
yeah, some
those
females like that.
those type of people who be out in the ecosystem, man, and like just those be the ones that be over talky.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, they might buy you a few rounds. Cool, salute.
Yeah.
But it's like, yo, it comes a point where you scaring the hoes. Like, bro, like you can
Yeah,
tell when the
yeah,
laugh is
yeah.
genuine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But then the laugh becomes like, all right, you
Like,
creeping
all
me
right,
out.
And they
All
give
right,
you
yeah.
that side eye.
yeah.
Like, bro,
Like, save
Yeah.
me.
you scaring the hoes, unk.
Some girls won't even give you that time. Like, I've
for
seen it
sure.
where they be trying to talk to the girls, and the girls like they just look you off and go the other way. Like,
And if you try to buy them a drink and they say no, hey, bro, get
Keep it
out
moving.
of there
Yeah.
now.
Keep it moving.
yeah, I feel like you come out that if you that dude or female and you go into one of them young situations like that, you choosing like there's a level of delusion that you think that you're still desired in where you're at in life.
Your current state.
Yeah,
You
to
think
that younger generation. Like somebody ain't telling you the truth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
it might be you.
Hey,
Yeah,
might be.
might be.
Welcome to another episode of the With the Bros podcast, a group chat turned podcast. It's your boy Rod. I'm gonna go around the horn real quick. To my right, got the OG in the building, Bros.
Yo,
To his right, the music man,
Yo.
Bruce. How's everybody doing?
man, I'm
Feeling
straight,
good.
bro.
What
Great.
episode number is this? 22?
Two.
Damn. Next one, Jordan, huh?
Yeah,
Hey.
gotta go hard.
Okay. We starting to stack them up, fellas.
Yeah, I mean we got a
We
little
starting to
cash
stack
in.
them up, fellas.
Starting to get a little a little notoriety.
Yeah.
So I ain't the social media person in the group. Like I'm probably the least social media.
Ain't no problem.
Yeah, so I'll take that. I'm the number one non-social
He's the,
media
hey, how do I
person.
do this?
Yeah, simple.
How do
stuff,
I
too.
do this?
How I post this to my story? They be like, ah, damn.
Just give me your password. Nigga. I'll do it. I'll do it.
But yeah, I'll be seeing, the likes and the comments from outside of our like if I see a like or a comment, I'll click on that profile and I'm like, if I see like followed by you or you, I'm like, okay,
it's an L. It's an L.
Still in our circumference. But when I look and ain't nobody following, I'm like, oh, so this is
genuine.
genuine, just out the blue.
Algorithm.
I'm like, all right, back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I guess since you said that, I'm gonna get out in front of it. I didn't think you were gonna go there, but since we're here, I'm not gonna be pussy, man. We gonna address it. A lot of y'all kicked my back in for that wipe me down take.
Ooh, talk about it.
I'm here to tell y'all right now, I meant that shit.
He did.
What? What you?
He
What?
did. He doubled down on it.
I meant that shit.
Hey, hold on. So when I posted it on my story, right? I said, "Is this song trash?" Not even 2 minutes later, I get a notification from Rod. I click on it. Yes. I'm like, nigga,
Yeah.
What?
he's still standing.
Because look, a lot of y'all think that I get up here and I be podding, which I do. It's a profession.
Yeah.
It is. There's an art to making y'all do what y'all do in the comments. But I meant that shit wholeheartedly.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Again, now I want to close the loop on it. Not that this convo may come up again, but I want to close the loop on it. Wipe Me Down is a classic. Wipe Me Down will always get a spin. Wipe Me Down will always shut the club down.
Yeah.
But again, what may be hard to you may not be hard to another person. And that's really the stance that I was trying to take on that.
Yeah.
I know it came off as like, oh, because again, there was levels of the convo. And I know at some point I was like, yo, just the whole gig is ass.
Yeah.
Really for a reaction, but like I was caught up, little pill, whatever.
Yeah.
And you don't want to lose the argument. That's what be wrong with people. We don't be wanting to lose the argument.
You fighting.
You know
for
what
your
I mean?
life.
It don't matter if it's a fair one. It don't matter if it's a 2v1, a 3v1. You like, bro, I don't want to lose the argument.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially when you the young dude of the group. So that's what that was. Again, I stand on that take. I appreciate all of y'all that kicked my back in the comments.
Yeah, it was-
I seen the Stitch videos of who, decided to go on and tell me how stupid of a person I was, and every take isn't a hot take. I get that.
Yeah. A lot. Hey, you know what I seen a lot of the ones where they just like, yeah, everybody shouldn't have podcast equipment or
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah.
That should be so funny to me. Like,
Them be the same people that can't afford it though.
okay, shots.
No. No shotgun.
Okay.
Nah.
But real shit though. Real shit though. But yeah, man. Hey, with that, we appreciate y'all for
Yeah.
supporting.
Yeah. I like the engagement.
Like that lets us know that we're doing something right.
Yeah.
You're not gonna please everybody in this space. If I feel like if you have more people hating on you, I think that you're trending in the right direction as opposed to just people just hitting that thumbs up or sharing and stuff like that because they're friends and family. Like I like those people that we have no affiliation to, like you said.
Yeah.
Because that just means that our market is starting to grow and our audience is starting to grow. But hey, where y'all want to start, man? Where y'all want to start?
The year ended. We in November, bro.
Bro, this year went by so fast, bro.
Like I looked up because I was in the front yard, right? I was doing some. First of all, listen, hey, if you one of them people that rake the leaves up out of your grass, salute to you.
What you do?
Hey, I'll leave them bitches right there.
Oh shit!
No,
Like-
you can't do that.
I'll leave them bitches. If anything, at the most, I might get my blower and put them bitches in the street. But eventually, they gonna fucking
They
creep
gonna
back
come
into
back.
the
Yeah,
shit. But like, I got my tree ain't fully. I got 2 trees in the front yard, not directly in the front yard, but that fall in the front yard. And then it's like, all right, if I rake them this weekend, then I gotta rake them bitches again next weekend. Like, nah, I'm straight. So like, I was like, nah, I'm just gonna leave them bitches there. Like, it ain't overly saturated, but it's just like, man, I'm not doing that shit. But I said that to say, like, in my head, I was like, damn, it's September, it's fall. And then I had thought about it. I was like, nigga, it's not September, it's November. Like,
Feel like September.
it's
Yeah.
like, and the weather been kind of crazy too. So it's like, it ain't really been clicking like that. Like, we had some pretty nice days. So it's just like,
Yeah, I think it's weird. And I don't want to get into the whole global warming topic because I'm not educated on it. But
Yeah.
I do think like how like if you look back 10, 15, 20 years ago, like around September, it started getting chilly.
Chilly, yo.
But like, yo, we're about to be in December, and I get it, we're in the South.
yeah.
I get that. But even like when we lived in North Carolina, like around October
is
it
getting
started
cold.
shifting.
Halloween be nippy outside.
Be nippy outside. And I mean, you get a couple days where it's like in the 50s, but like, bro, it should not be, the high should not be 80
Yeah.
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 in South Carolina or Georgia or North Carolina. Like, it should not be 80 in November, bro.
Now you got you fucking up the thermostat because you know what I'm saying?
Even the year when we came down to you in Bama,
Yeah.
it was cold.
Yeah, it was. It was.
It was cold,
It
bro.
was cold outside.
Oof,
And we did because we did that run in the morning too.
man.
The run saved us because like that you got warmed up doing it, but starting off standing around
Because
freeze,
we
like,
was standing around for about an hour, but it's like, yo, it just
cold.
shouldn't be that cold at this part of the year. But I mean, this year has went by so
it's
fast,
24
man.
went by fast.
And a lot has happened, bro. Like from deaths to the election.
Yep.
Just
Thought that election wasn't gonna ever end, bro.
What I'll say is like, you know, I ain't no heavy political person or nothing like that, but what I'll say is I'm kind of glad that it's done and over with. Like all of the political commercials, ads,
Text
text
messages.
messages, calls. I'm like,
I probably
bro,
average maybe 10 to 15 texts
Easy.
a day.
easy.
And when you click,
And it was from the same number, some of them.
bro, I was typing in stop, and
Oh,
it seemed
nah.
like they'll just keep
Nigga,
going.
that's when they like in
They-
the background. They like, we got him.
Yeah,
His ass again.
yeah, like within,
Change the last number of the phone number
within
and
10
text them
minutes, I'm
again.
getting another
Yeah.
one. I'm like, yo, this
Like
is crazy.
So
And it's like, still Rhonda.
yeah,
You're right.
We see you ain't registered to vote.
Yeah.
Yeah, get off my line,
like
man.
first of all, what database you looking in? 'Cause
I do
that's
want
wrong.
to ask though. I know again we're not a political podcast, but I do want to ask and we ain't gotta stay here long. But again, with it being over, how do we feel about Trump being elected?
I was saying we were just talking about that,
Yeah,
like honestly, just on our level, like should bring it down all the way to like just our level. Like a lot don't be changing to the point that you just feel like, oh shit, it was a major shift in my life. Like, and I'm not saying that nothing's changing, but it gradually changes, and it's probably going to hit us more in the future than it is right now. But like, man, at the end of the day, you still got to wake up, go to work, pay your bills,
Yeah.
live life. So it's just like, to me, it's kind of like, it is what it is. Like, look, I exercised my right.
You voted.
I voted. The results was the results. All right, move on. Let's go.
can't really do nothing. I mean, he was president before things happened. It's always gonna be an up and down. You can't always win. You can't always control it. So it just is.
So
what it is.
I will say, and my personal thought on it is this: I do agree first and foremost with what you were saying. Like, we still got, our lives don't really change. We still got to go to work. We still got to provide. We still got to do whatever. Like, but what I am curious to see is, because we got to remember when Trump came in office the first time, he fell in on, COVID. He fell in on things where he was kind of able to capitalize, if I could say it that way. And it kind of gave people the illusion of like, oh, he's really moving pieces around here in society. So like now that I feel like he's getting a fresh presidency in terms of like, okay, I'm not going to say it's not stuff going on, but there's nothing really major going on. So now you're about to get a fresh 4 where it's like, okay, what are you going to do as president? And I want to see if those same people that was just so, MAGA, you know what I mean, when he first got in, and even when he was handing out the $600 checks and the $1,200 checks and the PPPs and all that shit, now that he ain't really in that position to be able to authorize that or to cut those checks, and we're leaving it at that because that was the big takeaway from a lot of people that ended up supporting him. You know what I mean? Like I want to see like, okay, with a fresh 4, what do you do? And what happens when 3.5 years go by and he ain't really done nothing but tweet? Or
the way I look at it, it's gonna be the same as the other presidencies that happened, where it's like 3-4 years later, nothing really changed.
Yeah. What I'll say is every time we have a race, like the main topics are kind of always the main topics of what people the platforms that they running on. Like they may change things here and there, but like there's like not necessarily always like some major change within their presidency. But this is what I'll say though. The people that voted for Trump, regardless of whatever he does in these 4 years, are going to be like, they're going to find things to say he did this. And the people that didn't vote for Trump is going to be like, he didn't do this. Same if it was somebody else on the other side.
Yeah.
The people that voted for them are going to be like, oh, you did do this. But the people on the other side will be like, you didn't do this. Like even with Obama, and then we can move on. Even with Obama, like our community might be like, oh man, he did this and changed this and which he may have. But the other side is like, oh, he ain't do shit.
Right.
But it's like, it's always gonna be that, regardless of what you do. I can't really remember too many presidents where everybody was on the same page and be like, damn, he changed this or that. So it's always gonna be that. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's just hard to kind of gauge if somebody's a good and a bad president.
Yeah.
And like me, I get more stoked about the local elections.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I feel like in terms of where we're at in terms of the totem pole and the hierarchy, like if we want to see change, it starts with the local elections.
That's where it matters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because again, voting for president is strictly a recommendation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate to say it that way, but it is. You know what I mean? Now, obviously, if we can get the right votes to get the senators in there and to build the House to where it can kind of be outnumbered either left or right, then okay.
Yeah.
So our recommendation may be taken more seriously, but it's like, you know what I mean? Like it's just in terms of that, I'll vote, but like I don't really get too high or low on what my vote will do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exercising the right is cool.
Not at the president level.
Yeah, exercising the right is cool because there was a time where we couldn't vote, and I don't take that lightly.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing.
Yeah,
just exercise your right. And then I do got one more thing. So, damn, do I got it? Yeah, I got it. All right. So what I'll say is, a lot of times, the majority of people, we aren't like. I'll say it for myself. Like I'm not politically savvy. The only time I kind of really pay attention towards politics is during elections.
Right.
So I think that's the biggest thing. Like us as the American people, like we really got to educate ourselves on how politics actually work and understand what the president can actually do and what the Senate can do. And you know what I'm saying? Like there's levels,
House,
there's 3 different levels of you know what I'm saying? Like you got to know what each level has to do.
Even before that, though, I would say go to your city hall, your town hall meetings.
And that's what I'm saying. Like
that's what's going to directly affect you in your community. That's where they're voting on stuff and doing certain things that will directly affect you.
Yeah.
And when you vote for those people, you go to those meetings and all that.
And that's where you learn.
Yeah, that's where you learn and figure out who's really doing what for what. And then those are the same people that go up the totem pole.
Yeah.
To become the senators and all that stuff. So
And that's what I'm saying. Like, if you educate yourself, then you can taper your expectations of what you're asking for from certain positions. Like, you know what they can actually do and what their
Right.
capabilities are.
like I asked you earlier, what does the vice president do?
Exactly. And I couldn't tell you.
Because I know there's a lot of people that felt like if you was the vice president right now and you're running for president and you haven't really done anything to change anything as vice president, why would we vote for you for president?
And then,
Which to somebody that's not in politics heavy, that sounds like a solid argument. Like, dang.
mm-hmm.
But if you're in politics, you may know like, hey, the vice president really don't got no power.
Yeah. Yeah. You just got to educate ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We smoked that. We wasn't supposed to
That was
to
not
deep dive in that for real. But nah, again, I agree with everything said, man. Like it's just tough, man. But you really gotta get in locally, man, and you really gotta do your own research. I just hate that, and which is why I don't argue. I just hate arguing with people who only look at the cliff notes or only look at the hot ticket items.
That's what I'm saying.
The social media takes.
That's what I'm saying.
And then they form their opinion based off of that.
Not truly educated on anything.
You
just
know what I
going
mean?
off-
Like you talking about I support Trump, and it's not about if I'm a Kamala Harris supporter or if I'm a Donald Trump. It's not about that.
Yeah, right.
But like, regardless of who you support, like I can't take you seriously if all you're doing is looking at what these popular social media platforms and pages are posting about said party. You know what I mean? And then taking that and formulating your argument.
Yeah.
But you ain't read one article. You ain't read one policy. You ain't.
Listen
You
to
probably
one
ain't
speech.
even voted.
Yeah.
You're right.
Shit, you probably ain't even voted.
Yeah.
You know what I
Or
mean? And it's
registered.
like, how
Or
am I supposed
registered
to
vote?
Yeah.
Hey, would y'all run for like city council or any type of political position?
Crazy you said that. I thought about that the other day.
They say this is a big rich town. I just come from the poet's pots.
Yeah.
Hey,
Bright
Would you-
lights,
would
city
you do
lights.
that?
I gotta make it.
I don't think.
I don't know.
I just.
That's a
man,
different-
they-
That's a tough job, though.
Yeah,
they
that's a
put
different
the-
game,
They
bro.
put the magnifying glass on your ass when you running for them positions.
Oh, yeah,
man. Like
yeah.
they start digging up.
Oh man, Eric Adams, boy,
Yeah.
that boy going through it right now.
Yeah.
Eric Adams said, "Shit, it was just a couple flights to motherfucking. Where was he going? Dubai or some shit?
Like Turkey. Or
Yeah,
something.
Turkey.
Got all
Shit.
them people funneling money to you.
Yeah. See. Yeah.
gonna be-
Politics is.
And it wasn't even for no real bread, for real.
Right.
If you think about it, at their level,
Right.
Yeah.
it wasn't even for no real bread. He going through. He said, "I ain't stepping down though."
I might could do some shit on the city level. Like
You'll run for mayor?
I could do-
not mayor, like a
No.
council, like a council person, or something like that. Like really, where you really kind of just
You be
at the
voting
city
on
and
it,
like
yeah.
like
Oh, you really trying to shake hands and get the hair
'cause-
and get the buzz cut at the barbershop?
yeah,
Running for
By
district.
the nigga that's in the back of the
know what I'm
barbershop that don't
saying?
cut nobody but talk all shit.
Yeah.
Talk all the shit for 8 hours a day.
day.
Talk about I got you. I got you, city councilman. Shit, my ass. Maybe I do mayor.
You could do mayor.
I could do
I
mayor.
could kind of see you being a mayor.
Yeah,
Lorenz Tate. What was his name on what
Governor Tate or what? Nah, was it Tate?
was it?
Hell
I don't know what his name
'Cause his
was.
real name is Tate.
Yeah.
It was something.
I think it was Tate,
was it?
bro.
Hold on. What is it? Lorenz?
His
Tate?
name is
Yeah, that's
Lorenz
his name,
Tate,
yeah.
but I think his name was. Now I gotta look it up. Y'all keep potting, bro. Now I gotta look it
I
up.
gotta be tripping. That was not his fucking name.
So y'all
Governor-
Governor Tate sound good as a.
That
Governor
sound
Tate
power-
sounds like it.
that sound powerful, bro. Like,
Fuck.
but so y'all wouldn't go no higher than that. Just councilman, mayor.
I'm cool on that because I think
Oh shit, Rashad Tate.
That was it?
Oh shit, they did use this.
That's hard.
That's
yeah, that
crazy.
is. that
That's
is.
hard.
That's tough.
Yeah, I could be like a governor, councilman, or Rashad Tate. I could be that.
I think it would be cool to be governor.
Damn, boy, that's a lot.
That's
of
a lot of work.
responsibility, man.
It's a lot of
Yeah.
work, but
Yeah, yeah. If you was really passionate about it, yeah, yeah,
yeah, you would have to really, really be knowledgeable about all those
yeah.
topics and everything.
Salute. So, with a couple months left in 2024,
Yeah.
do y'all feel like do y'all think y'all had a good year?
Overall, I
Is
would
there
say,
stuff
yeah.
that you still need to check off before 2024 ends?
Before it ends, no.
So you're content with how this year went?
There's some things I need to improve on next year, but I'm okay with it. Like I ain't like, damn, my year sucks because I didn't do
Yeah.
this, and that.
Like, I want to go to the gym more,
That's what I was going.
I've been
really,
slacking
really,
on
it's like
that.
health and fitness.
but I know for a fact it's holidays. I'm about to be eating.
Bro, that October to January be
It be
ugly, bro.
tough. It's
One,
tough.
because of the weather change,
Boom.
Yep.
holidays.
Boom,
Diet gonna be off.
Crazy.
Traveling.
vacation.
yeah.
Shit, something I really want to get into, this damn daylight savings. First of all, I thought, and correct me if
It
I'm
feels
wrong,
different this year.
it feels mad different. But correct me if I'm wrong. I thought that the time wasn't going to change anymore.
I think they
I heard that too.
they suggested it, but like I don't think that was like a real.
I
thing
thought that it passed, or like whoever voted on it and it was a thing. That's what I thought too.
Well, we got to educate ourselves.
Okay.
Yeah, 'Cause-
But keeping the main thing where we at.
yeah,
Yeah.
This one is rough. This year is rough. Like seasonal depression, I'm going through it right now. Like with my current job, I leave when it's dark and I come home when it's dark.
Yeah.
And it's really messing with me.
yeah,
Like
Yeah.
bad. And it's like, man,
yeah.
That's tough, man.
I kind of got the same, but I do. I mean, when I leave work, I do got a little bit of daylight, but I do feel like by the time I, pick up my daughter, we do whatever we do, we get to the house because in the area I live in, like it's a lot of commuting, a lot of time in the car. So by the time we get to the house, you know what I'm saying, like by the time the sun go down, you feel like the day is over. When realistically, it's only like 6 o'clock.
bro, I should not be thinking about bedtime
Yeah,
As soon as you
at
get home.
6:30.
yeah,
Yeah.
because you be like, damn, the day over.
Eyes get heavy, stomach
yeah.
get full, and I'm sitting around. I'm on the couch like, yo, what time is it?
Yeah.
It's 6:30.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Now you up at 2 a.m. fully rested, like damn, ready to conquer the day. But it's dark.
yeah,
Yep.
You get what I mean? So,
Gotta get that vitamin D, man.
yeah, I mean, I would think that my year was good. I think I had a good year. I think things that's like left for determination or improvement is probably this podcast.
okay,
Yeah.
I mean, I think professionally, I checked a lot of boxes this year. Personally, I checked a lot of boxes this year. And I think with this now, because like I spent a lot of this year abroad,
yeah,
you know what I mean? So it's like, and now that I'm kind of back, like, and now that we're back relaunching this, there's a checklist I have for where I want this to be.
yeah.
A year from now,
Yeah.
2 years from now, 5 years from now. You know
Are
what I
we
mean?
on pace to meet that?
Yeah, I think we are.
All right,
I think we are. I think sometimes I find myself being more critical or more tough on ourselves than what we need to be.
Yeah,
But I think we're on a good glide path. But I think that's the one thing that I constantly think about as we're ending the year out.
yeah,
Because we kind of started in the third quarter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah,
And then now we're in the fourth, and it's like, okay, how do we look forward into the new year to keep that momentum going, and how do we keep excelling? So that's probably where I'm at with it.
yeah,
For sure.
yeah.
I think consistency wise, like that's really the main thing.
That's the biggest thing.
Especially
with anything.
going into next year with
That's
that.
why so many, like, we'll keep it at pods, but like that's why so many pods, like that's why they flame out, because they can't remain consistent.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like they'll go 3 months, they'll go 6 months, and then it's like, or they'll go a year, and it's like, all right, now they're on that break.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And it's like, bruh. And I just want us to be able to break through that fifth wall, man, and keep it going. So, but yeah, I think this has been a good year, man. Even with the election, like I think it wasn't as hectic as I thought it was gonna be.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. Like I said, man. I'm just happy that it's over. So now we can just, because that was dominating everything, like every aspect. Like it's on news, TV, radio, on your phones. Like One thing I will say though, I ain't really talk about it at work, so that was a good thing.
Oh man, they was lighting it up at my job,
Like
bro.
at my job, like we
I ain't
don't
talk
even-
about it at my job.
We don't even like,
And all I did was go in and pull the PDF file of Donald Trump and print that motherfucker out.
and
And
PDF file. You mean
he was laughing at me.
Just let the people know though. You talking about his picture? And
Yeah.
hanging it up, like,
Because at our job, we got to hang
Yeah,
the picture up
yeah.
because he's, I mean, fuck it, military. So commander in chief.
yeah.
I'm off that. But yeah, all I did was go in and print the PDF out and frame it. I mean, obviously you can't hang it up till January, but like, you know, lean forward. Not, but again, for me, it didn't make me feel good or bad.
yeah. It's just
I did feel bad because, and I know we're off the election part, but it's just like maybe if she had more time and maybe if she ran a full length
I
campaign,
think that was
it might
the
have been a
biggest
little bit
thing
different.
that hurt her.
But I mean, I think she takes the wins with. I think there was wins out of this. I mean, she was able to rally a lot of people together in a short amount of time. So I think if she's really serious about being president, I think if she's serious about wanting to make change or try to make change, retool, come back in 4 years.
and we was having a conversation
Yeah.
on the couch about the whole decision to choose her and all that stuff, and I think it is something we should talk about, but we could do it like on a Patreon or something like that. Yeah.
All right, where y'all want to go? Shit,
So
because
I mean,
I keep spinning circles, man. You know me, conductor.
so what I'll say is, since it seems like most of us are having a track, our lives are on track so far this year. If you're gauging your success in life in general right now, like not just this year, just in general, where you're at your current age, do you think you're more or less successful as your parents were at this when they were your age? So when your parents was, mid 30s, early 30s.
That's tough, bro, because it was a whole different time.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say, man. Because like you got to think economically,
Yeah.
it was just different, and also economically, as kids, we were able to see the good and the bad. And as we got older, we were like, all right. And it's not so much because we're trying to one up.
Yeah.
Me, I don't try to one up my folks.
No.
Right.
But I do pay attention to things that I'm able to pay attention to and be like, okay, I don't want that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you
Or I do want this.
Right.
and it gives you a gauge on where you're at and how you're. So I'm just saying, looking at it, not scrutinizing what they did compared to what you're doing, or like getting into the fine details, but just overall, like if you feel like, let's say if like right now in my life right now, I feel like I am decently successful. You know what I'm saying? Like I own a home, family's good, I got a decent job, like I'm not hurting. I could be, there's always room to improve. But when I think about like my dad at this age, like he job was a little bit more stressful. And I'm not, when I say successful, I'm not just talking about like
Tangible.
materialistic.
Tangible, yeah.
I'm talking about like just as a parent or like as a person in this world.
Just as a person, period.
Yeah. And I think like when I think about like, I'm thinking about like when my dad was like my age, like he had a lot more to handle. Like times the times were definitely different. But like the dynamics of life was a little bit, I'll say harder for him. For the stuff that he was taking on with his job, the pace of his job, and you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
like what he had to deal with. And I think he leaned more so into being a provider as opposed to being present, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like
I think that was a lot of parents during that time.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm saying. Like looking
That's
back on it,
That's something that for me,
yeah,
I try to like balance.
yeah,
But in saying that, it is hard. 'Cause I never really thought about it, but like thinking about it now, that's something that's like it's hard to do, and it makes you respect. Like, dang, I kind of see
yeah,
why my dad or why
Did
my
the
mom
things that they did.
certain things.
Yeah.
Because now you're going through something similar. Or whatever.
But it's tough because you don't realize that at 8.
yeah,
You don't
you
realize that at 15.
Yeah.
Nah, for sure.
Not even 18.
yeah,
And I second that because like, and I'll go on record and say I have great parents. But they were more so on the and more so my pops because of
Yeah.
military and stuff like that. But like he was heavy on the provide,
Yeah.
and that was an act of love.
Yeah.
Right.
Like those two went together.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you see this roof? Love.
Yeah.
You see this food on the table? Love. You
Yeah.
see the clothes on your back? Love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I might not get out there and play catch with you,
Right.
or you know what I'm saying. We might not go on a
But
fishing trip.
realize these 12, 14-hour shifts.
Yeah.
Love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause that I think that was my, like, growing up, that was my biggest thing that I dealt with, like, as a teen, that I felt like, I say, some sort of resentment toward my dad. I was just like, man, it was either work or church, because my dad was heavy in church. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, bro, like there's like few moments that I can recollect where like it was just me, my dad, like my brother, like on some man, you know,
Yeah.
father son time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it was like, if it was dealing with the church, yes. Like if we had like a church function, yeah, maybe. But like just on some just in like just general father son time, I can't really recall too many moments. So I use that now because like I get caught up in the provide too now.
Yeah, I was gonna say same here.
Me too.
And like, but I got a daughter, so like
Right.
I don't like, I want to be, I use, you know, my past experience, but like I feel differently now that I have a daughter, and I think like it motivates me more to be more involved with her. You know what I'm saying? Because like when you build your kid up to prepare him to go out into the world, right?
Yeah.
And so with having a daughter, like I purposely try to be like an image of a man that I'll kind of want her to
Be with.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, and I need to have that bonding time because like I don't want, because you know, once kids get to a certain age, they kind of detach from parents. Like they kind of trying to figure out the world and who they are on their own. So like now at these early ages, like I make sure that I square out time, even when sometimes I don't want to do it. I be tired. You know what I'm saying? But like one thing, I'll give one example. Like I never knew how to play chess. Never knew how to play chess.
Still don't.
You know what I'm saying? But now my daughter,
Learned it and forgot.
that's what I'm saying. So I got her a chess set,
Yeah.
and she was like, "Can you play it with me?" And I'm like, I don't know how to play it. So
You can
got
teach.
you
You
the
can
set.
teach me.
So, bro, so
You
what
can
we,
teach
so
me
what
for
we
sure.
did was we got the chess set. We read the rules together, and we kind of learned it. We watched a couple videos on YouTube, and we're learning it together right now. Like I know how to play chess in the most basic manner. Now I can't get nobody, but like I know what pieces can move which way, and you know I can kind of build a strategy a little bit. And she's the same. So now we have that together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we learned that together. She's actually in the chess club at her school. So now when she comes home, I'm like, all right, get the chessboard, teach me what they just taught you in chess class today. And like we use that moment. It's something small, but like I feel
That's
like
dope though. That's dope.
it'll stick with her going forward.
Yeah.
I want to backtrack just a little bit because I know when you were talking about, you know, that you feel like you're still in the provide mode a little bit.
Yeah.
And I am as well. And then, but I also want to add this too, even take provide out of it. I think a lot of people, millennials, feel like, okay, on top of providing, I still want to do me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't think that gets enough illumination. And I'm one of those, you know, and part of doing me is this
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
because it's not a job. I can't call it a job because we don't monetize, right?
Yeah.
But it is a form of activity that consumes my time that takes away from
Yeah.
parenting.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, I think what I am good at though is, and even times when I don't want to, you know what I mean? But like, you know, I got one of my kids, they want a hug every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Even times I don't want to. I may roll my eyes, but come on, give me a hug.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or like, hey, look what I drew.
Yep.
Or hey, how do you do this? Or even if it's 5 minutes of kicking the ball outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or even just listening to what they did for the day. Like, I will try to capitalize on those things. And then even if there's times where I could, you know, have a conversation of, you know, whether it come by lesson or whether it come by just talking.
Yeah. That's what
I do
like.
try to do that, but like, man, I don't. if we're talking about assessing, I do think that's one thing I need to do better, and I want to do better. And it's kind of hard because when they're young,
Yeah.
their bandwidth is only
Yeah.
Yeah.
so much, and our bandwidth is only so much.
Yeah.
So it's like we're both trying to find
Yeah,
that
you trying to
balance. You know
find
what I
it.
mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's tough, man. But I think in terms of like where my parents are, were, and like where I am, I think our measure of success is different. Like my criteria is different because I measure success on if I'm happy,
Right.
not so much on if I have money or if I have a nice house or if I have a nice car.
Right. Right.
Because that wasn't something that was used as a unit of measure when I was coming up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I knew that was something that I would want to prioritize when I got of age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like money can come and go. You can be given $100,000 a day and it could be gone in a month.
Yep.
Now what? Are you still successful?
Yeah.
Because now you lose the money. Now what do you do? Now you're stressing because you're trying to figure out how to get more money.
Right.
Instead of just being appreciative of the little things, making memories out of the little things.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And like, instead of always having to tie a tangible feature or a monetary value to something to justify success.
Yeah.
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 That's well said.
Yeah.
Well said, bro.
Yeah. Smoke. Yeah.
But shit, man, with them kids though, you know I'm always gonna talk some shit.
I wanted to double back though to something you said about like how growing up and like as a teenager, how it was with your dad and everything. Do you feel like because of that relationship that you had like with your dad, then are you close? Like how is your relationship now? Like Cause I reason why I asked, cause even I was talking about my boss earlier or like a couple days ago, and she was basically like, she saw this thing online and it was saying like her parents are like 60s, 70s, and like most of ours. And it was just like, yo, if your parents around that age, you probably got, if you see them twice a year, you probably got like 20 more times.
Yeah.
To see them.
Oh yeah, I
seen
don't know if it was the same video, but I seen a variant of that. Man,
Yeah.
that's crazy when they broke that down. Man.
So she like that, and she's like a workaholic, bro. Like she's always working. So like her parents came to town this weekend, so she was like, yeah, like I'm gonna make sure I go spend time with them. We're gonna get out a little earlier, whatever. But like, I'm just saying that to say that made me. I've thought about that before she even said that.
Right.
Like, dang, like my mom is getting kind of older, and like me and my mom went through a little rift a couple years ago where wasn't talking as much. Like the love was always there, but just we wasn't communicating as much. But like we back good now. But a lot of that is like, bro, you don't know, like you
It's
know what I'm saying?
lost time. That you can't
like
get back.
they're getting in that age. So I just want like, how close are y'all with y'all parents?
So for me,
That's a great question.
yeah, that's a good question. Shit. So if I'm being real, right? Not the closest, and that's not saying that I beef with my pops. I love my dad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that that provide over quality time, it kind of left a stain on me. You know what I'm saying? So like, and it's not me holding like no, resentment towards my dad, but it's just like we never got that close to be like there was no, my dad wasn't like I want to say intimate, but not that may be the
Oh
wrong
yeah,
word, but like
that might be the right
like,
word.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
my dad was like, hey, we two men existing in the house. I'm the dad, you're the son. Like we didn't have a bond, like a loving type of bond. So like that's how we exist now. Like it's just like, hey man, you a man, you got your house. I'm a man, you got my, like, you know what I'm saying? Like he tries now, but it's like I don't know how to receive it now because in my head our relationship is just this one way. So it's like I give him props because he tries to like do stuff outside of the norm like that, but it's just like it's kind of awkward to me. Like I don't really know how to react in that situation. Like we don't have that type of connection. Like me and my dad, we never talked sports. We never talked women, money, nothing. My dad was just like, hey, go to school, graduate, go to college or go to the military, take care of your family. That was like the basis of our relationship and his guidance on me and into the world. So like that's kind of what I did. Like all of the in betweens, I figured out myself.
yeah.
So it's like now that we kind of like he hit me the other day and he was talking about sports and stuff, and I'm just like, oh yeah, like I don't really know your depth of sports. Like I don't want to get into a conversation and then it ain't really your bag, and like now it's like are we forcing a conversation or like, you know what I'm saying? So like I'll say I do need to work on that, receiving what he's trying to do more, because like you said, like that time, and then being honest, well, he did come down earlier this year. He came down. So I did see my dad this year. But before that, it's probably 2 or 3 years before I had like been in the same space. We talk often through text and like phone, like at least every other week. But like again, it kind of feels like just check the block, like I'm just making sure you're still alive, that type of deal. It ain't like, I don't know. Like, it ain't how I feel towards my daughter. That's what I'll say.
I think parents got to learn how to parent adult kids. And I think adult kids have to learn how to be kids to their parents.
Yeah.
That's facts.
The thing is, because you said something key. You go to school, you turn 18, you're going in the military, you're going to school, or you're getting a job.
Yeah.
Ain't no back and forth.
Yeah.
Right.
As teenagers, we compartmentalize that and we're like, you know what? I can't wait to leave this
Get away.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
And we think just because we're 18 or we're adults now that we just stop being kids.
Yeah.
That ain't the case.
Yeah.
It's a lot we don't know at that time.
And the thing is, and to your point, there was conversations that I just didn't have. Never had the sex talk. Wasn't really a whole lot of back and forth for like, hey, let's just chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, with my mom, but like with my pops, nah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was
same way
it
with
was
my pops.
100% business, and even now being 30, it's 70% business.
Yeah.
But I'm appreciating the 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
For sure.
and that would just, if I'm giving advice, and I'm not a therapist or anything, because like I still need help my damn self. But it's like, appreciate the 30 or whatever this percentage is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because and what you let off with, man, like if you see your parents once a year and they live 12 more years, that's 12 more times that you get to see them.
Right.
That's crazy when you zoom
When
out
you
and
think
look at
about
it.
it,
Like
yeah,
that.
because most of the time we thinking in terms of years, like they're living this long, but it's like, bro, that's 12 times.
Or people just think, oh, because I gave you a phone call, that checks the block.
Yeah, right.
I'm guilty of that. Like I'm guilty of like people be like, hey, when the last time you talked to your dad? I just talked to him. Realistically, it was a text 2 weeks ago.
And we're in a day where people don't really leave voicemails like that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, nah.
Well, my dad will leave a voicemail in a minute.
That's peace.
My mom-
That's peace. I ain't
my
even
mom
going,
was alright, but-
I ain't even gonna laugh at that. That's cool,
Yo,
man.
he will leave a voice. I'm talking about like he talking to me too.
And
Like,
probably talking to you like as if he was on the
Yeah,
phone too,
yeah,
with the
like,
dramatic
bro,
pauses and shit.
I see the notification pop up, be long. I'll be like,
It'd be about a
"Man,
minute and
I ain't
40
listening to
seconds,
that.
too."
I'll just call you.
Oh my
He'd be like, yeah,
god.
did you get my voicemail? Nah, I seen you calls. I'm just call you. But yeah,
Let's transition a little bit though with the kids though. Do you think your kids are as good or as bad as you were?
ooh, I feel like I was a pretty
I was a pretty good kid.
decent kid. Cause see, I was more
By what standard though?
because I'm still like I'll say I'm still a reserved person.
Yeah.
So as a kid, I was kind of really the same way. Maybe probably even more because you know what I'm saying. Like I would let loose with other kids, but like around the house, and then like how my like
You had
how,
to tighten it back up.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
like I feel like I was a pretty decent kid. I'll say my daughter is more free than me. Like she'll push the limits on shit I was
gonna say,
never do.
I think that's the difference. Like
Yeah.
my daughter, she will push the limits,
Yeah.
and I'm like, yo,
And it's
I tell her all the time, like, man, I couldn't do nothing like that when
Yeah.
I was growing up.
And I think it's the parenting style, but it
It's
goes
different,
back to
yeah.
what I'm saying, like how the relationship that I had with my dad, I was like, I purposely say I don't want to be as strict as my dad was. I'm not mad at it because it gave me discipline.
Yeah.
So now as a parent, I'm trying to balance being disciplined, but also being flexible to be able to be like, you can come talk to me as your dad. Like
Yeah,
you can feel like I'm that place of comfort.
Or allow them to make decisions
Yeah,
and
you know what I'm
fail
saying?
and
So my daughter, she pushed the limits, boy. She'd be like, all right, so let me see where the line is. Can I put my foot over
Yeah.
here? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
man, I think it's a great time to be a kid.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think it's a great time to be a kid.
yeah.
I had a great childhood, like, and if I could go back, I would do it the same way.
Yeah, me
But
too.
man, in terms of the flexibility, like what you were talking about, being able to toe the line, operate in the gray, because like man, I don't really, we don't really do the physical or the corporal punishment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That just ain't really our bag. I will,
Yeah.
and I have,
Yeah.
but it ain't the primary means of getting the message across.
Yes.
Right.
You know, today you could just take an iPad or take a phone and that'll
Crush them.
That's like taking the motherfucking what's the thing that you did the driver out of the computer or whatever the fuck that shit is.
Gone.
That's like taking the master out, bro, and they just shut down. You know what I mean? You do that, even if you take it for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
cooked.
Cook. Don't know what to do.
Man.
Now they want you to do stuff with them.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like, man, like
That's
shoot.
when they start asking all the questions.
Yeah.
Daddy, daddy. Like,
Yeah.
yo, all right, chill. Just here, take the iPad back.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. What's the craziest question your kids ever asked you?
Ooh, I got one right now. So I'm dog sitting for a friend. So we got a Frenchie. So the friend, we got a female Frenchie. Our friend, they have a male Frenchie.
Oh.
So we dog sit.
It's a nice little play you got there.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
He sent me
I'm working on-
he sent me
Hey,
the picture, and the first thing I said was male or female.
Yeah.
And then he was like, male, yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
2 separate texts. He said male, yes.
Yes,
I was
loaded.
like,
Don't
okay.
even ask. It's coming. But so naturally, you know how dogs is. So like
Get the hunching.
get the hunching. And then she was just like, Dad. She was like, why was the dog getting behind our dog and like climbing on her, like on the back of her? And I'm just like, I was like, that's how dogs play, you know, you ain't, you know, and it because it
Yeah.
caught me off like,
Yeah.
I don't know what to say right there. So I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? She only 8, like, and I'm trying to preserve the innocence,
Yeah,
you know
for
what I'm
sure.
saying, for as long as I can. So it's like, I don't even know how to present that, you know what I'm saying? And then she hit me with this was like a couple hours later. She was like, if we wanted to have more dogs, how would our dog have puppies? And I was like, I was like, that's something we would have to think about because I don't know if we.
I had to
Like, bro,
swap some DNA and send it off to the lab, and then
pivot it
it'll take
out of
about 3
there.
weeks. And if it come from Timu,
Bro,
We gotta order it.
Yeah.
pivoted out of there so bad. I was like, yeah, I don't know if we need puppies. Like, we got a lot on our hand. Can you handle more puppies? And you know,
Yeah.
I got away from where they come from to if we did have them. Like, so that was tough because it borderline the sex conversation, and I'm not having that at 8 fucking years old.
Yeah,
Like,
that's a combo I'm dreading, man.
Yeah.
I don't really have like an outlandish question, but like definitely gotten the how'd you know my name was my name? You like,
yeah,
nigga, I don't know.
like,
We was like, look, your mama name start with K. We went through all the K's. What made sense, what didn't make sense.
That's
Shit.
that's a good question.
Kennedy, great.
yeah,
We off
Boom.
that.
Got you.
Yeah, but man,
Well,
kids, what's up?
I do got one more that hit me. So we of course we introduce our daughter to you know, God and stuff like that. We got our children's Bible. We go to church, you know, like physically in church, like maybe I'll say once, maybe twice a month. So she was reading and everything, and she was like, so if God created everything, who created God? And I was like,
That's a bar. She smoked
I
that
said,
because you ain't have an answer.
Nothing.
Things
Bro.
that need
Hey,
answers.
AI don't even know.
bro,
Right.
smoked. I was like, God created everything. He was the first. You know what I'm saying? She was like, I know, but who created him?
And that's you. That's exactly how you are.
Yeah.
And I
That's
was like,
exactly how you are. You can't even be mad at
I
that.
said, you know what? Read your Bible, see if the answer in there. If it ain't, then we'll figure it out. She never came back. But I was like, thank God. Like, because, bro, sweating. Like,
Read your Bible and we'll figure it out.
like, yo,
Oh,
I ain't have
shit.
it, man. She got me. I ain't have it. I was like, damn.
Gotta
That's
love
funny.
kids, man. Gotta love kids. Hey, y'all remember the Big Back computer?
Yep.
Big Bad Computer.
The old school, like the first computer you got in
the
crib.
joint where you
It
got
came
the
with
big
the
ass
tower.
monitor and
Yeah,
the
the
tower,
tower joint,
and you
yeah.
use your big toe to kick that motherfucker on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that motherfucker sound like a vacuum turning on.
Bro.
Like, yeah,
I was about to really tell my age.
yeah.
I was about to
Hey.
say floppy disk.
Y'all ever? Because this is an honest question, obviously, and I know y'all lying, so I ain't even gonna ask y'all. I know y'all was running up the adult sites on the computer.
Oh, I got a story. No,
So
Yeah, I did.
yeah.
when my shit crashed, my pops did a scan on it. The adult sites came up.
Yeah.
But what does that look like though? Like, how does it like? How do they know? Or how did they know like you was on that? Like when you scanning for viruses? Like what?
So
know-
he
Because when you try to get the computer fixed or they try to scan it for
Yeah.
viruses at that time,
They
it was
either
like,
pulled up your search history.
yeah, that's all I was about to say. that's where
probably
it
the
come
main
from.
thing.
so I wasn't clearing the cookies.
You wasn't clearing.
You was
the
a rookie
cookies,
in the game,
Cache, and back
You
in
ain't
the
know.
day, bro, when you went to one of them sites, the pop-ups was flagrant.
Crazy.
I'm talking about
20 of them joints.
clicking the X like, what the fuck? And then they all making their own noises. Oh. Bro, I snatched the speakers out the wall, dog. Like, they all making their own
Yo.
noises. And you clicking boxes, but the noises ain't going.
Hey, for real, you ain't even fuck with the volume, but it's getting louder. You like, bro, what the
You
fuck?
like, yo, where is this coming
Oh,
from? It gets to the
shit.
point that you just mash the power button on the
Yeah.
tower. You shut down, walk away. But
And then
not
when you come
knowingly,
back,
that's how you get
exactly.
caught. And that's my
Oh,
story.
because you would power it back up.
Yes,
and
and
that
it
shit would
just
still be
resumed.
the.
You got the blue screen.
It
or
just
something.
resumed
Yeah,
and
it
it's just
be
back.
messed up.
And so that's my story. Cause like back in the day, like you said, like, all right, so nowadays in the household, like everybody might have their own laptop or type of computer.
Yeah.
Like we ain't just typically sharing, a computer. But back in the day, when you got a computer, it was for the house.
Yeah, everybody.
Like
that.
everybody.
That's
used
bold.
it. And then typically it was in like the den or the front
Yeah.
room or the living room or somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So I remember, like, you remember where ours was in the house.
Yeah.
It was right in the den. You know what I'm
As soon as
saying?
you
And
walk
then
in.
it was facing the wall, so everybody behind you in the room could see whatever you was doing.
Yeah.
So my nephew, man, shout out to my nephew, man. Hey, at least we blamed it on him, but I don't know.
Oh,
Anybody-
wow.
You know what I'm saying? But like, I remember
How old was the nephew?
we was all the same age. We
Oh.
was like
Yeah.
like 12,
We was all-
10,
yeah.
11, 12, you know what I'm saying? So we saying him was on a website, you know what I'm saying? And then that situation happened. Like the pop-ups went crazy, you know what I'm saying? So then motherfucker just powered it down, walked away, went outside playing ball, whatever. My pops come home. And again, I always got to remind people, like, my dad is military, strict, church dude. So he come in and we upstairs or something, and he turned on the computer, we not knowing. And all I hear him is saying, "What is this?" And so he always called me, my nephew, and my brother. And I'm always the first name. Devontae, Derek, get down here. And we like, yo, what the fuck happened? Like, I'm like, damn, what do we fuck up? Did we not clean? We ain't take out the trash, something.
Yeah, you running.
You just going through your head. So
Ass
you come
cheeks is the last
downstairs.
thing you thinking about, bro.
By the time you come down, because you come down the stairs, you in the
got the
kitchen,
little-
then you come down the other stairs and you in the den. And soon we get it. He got the big booty
turned
TV,
it.
the computer screen turned to you, and all you see is ass and pop-ups, nigga. He's standing there looking at us. We like, nigga, my heart dropped, and I'm like, oh, shit.
nigga, left foot got a
Yeah,
crazy
bro.
pulse going on,
Like,
nigga.
and my dad like, hey, who did it? He taking off the belt, like, cause he believed in ass whipping. Like, I'm telling you right now, he said, who did this?
Oh my god,
Man,
that
I'm
is
talking
funny.
about chest warming than a motherfucker. Like, I'm like, yo. And then my nephew, I think my nephew ended up just being like, I accidentally clicked on like on the side, because you know they used to have like the little things, and he was like, it just started popping up, and I ain't know how to close it off, so we just shut the computer down. So he kind of let it slide, and I think after his initial like anger, he was like, you know, these boys like they preteen, so but like he was like, yeah, don't be, but like man, I'm talking about
Salute the Neff, man.
Hey, yeah,
Salute
yeah.
the Neff. He took
Salute-
one. He
salute-
took one for the.
one.
Yeah,
For
salute,
real.
salute nephew, man. Like, yeah, he took one,
He a
but
quick
like,
thinker.
bro, that was so funny because like you just got to know my dad, man. Like that was
Nah,
bro,
that's hilarious.
That's crazy. But yeah, the family computer, man.
This was a good combo, y'all.
Yeah.
This was good. That was funny. That was a good way to close it out too. That was like a buzzer beater. Like, yo, clock winded
Yeah,
down. He's
bro.
like, yo, you just. That was a perfectly timed story.
Funny times, bro.
Man, I don't miss them days.
Onion booty.
Oh,
Remember that?
Yeah.
now we gotta get up out of here. Hey, yep. I hope you enjoyed
Yeah.
everything you heard today. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the With the Bros podcast, a group chat term podcast.
Wow, boy.
We here every Thursday. We might skip a Thursday here and there, but we here every Thursday at 8:00. The OB is crazy
Yeah.
because I remember that.
Yeah. And it was going crazy.
The
Round and brown.
Oh, hey, let's get out of here, bro.
hey.
Peace.